Horus, also referred to as Heru, held a prominent position among the ancient Egyptian gods. He was chiefly revered as the god of the sky and kingship. In Egyptian culture, the pharaohs were venerated as earthly representations of Horus within his cult. Horus is commonly depicted with the head of a falcon, though sometimes he is shown solely as a falcon. Even during the Greco-Roman period in Egypt, the worship of Horus persisted, albeit with modifications to his representation to suit the evolving era. Numerous myths surrounding the cult of Horus are integral to ancient Egyptian religious beliefs. During the pre-dynastic period, Egypt had several falcon cults, and Horus was worshipped locally in these centers. One notable falcon cult site was Nekhen, also known as Hierakonpolis in Greek, meaning Hawk City. The people of Nekhen regarded their reigning king as the embodiment of Horus. When Narmer, a ruler from Nekhen, who is credited with unifying Upper and Lower Egypt, gained control over both regions, the concept of the pharaoh as a manifestation of Horus gained national significance. The concept of Horus and Set as eternal adversaries originated during the early dynastic period. Initially, this rivalry symbolized the conflict between Upper and Lower Egypt, with Set representing the former and Horus the latter. However, this interpretation becomes more complex considering that both gods were worshipped in various regions across Egypt. Throughout the Old Kingdom, the animosity between Horus and Set intensified, leading to the development of the Osiris myth. The Osiris myth is one of the most significant narratives in Egyptian mythology, offering valuable insights into the beliefs of ancient Egyptians. Its earliest known version dates back to around the 24th century BC and is found in the Pyramid Texts, a collection of religious texts inscribed on the walls and sarcophagi of royal pyramids at Saqqara. This myth is retold throughout Egyptian history, appearing in texts such as the Middle Kingdom coffin texts and the New Kingdom Book of the Dead. Additionally, a version of the myth is recounted in Plutarch's Moralia. Osiris, according to the myth, was the initial ruler who unified Egypt. His brother Set coveted the throne and murdered Osiris, dismembering him and scattering his remains across Egypt. Isis, Osiris's sister and wife, traveled throughout Egypt to gather his scattered body parts. Once reassembled, Osiris was magically resurrected, except for his penis, allegedly consumed by 3 types of fish, according to Plutarch. Isis fashioned a replacement phallus for Osiris through magic. After his resurrection, Osiris fathered Horus with Isis before returning to the realm of the dead to rule it. Horus later challenged his uncle Set for the throne of Egypt and emerged victorious, becoming the new king. Pharaohs of ancient Egypt saw themselves as embodiments of Horus in life and Osiris in death. During a battle, Horus's left eye, symbolizing the moon, was damaged by Set and later restored by Thoth, leading to the belief that the moon's phases were explained by this event. The restored eye, known as the Eye of Horus or the Wedjat, became a widely used protective symbol in Horus's cult. Horus was not only revered as a god of kingship, but also as the deity of the sky in ancient Egyptian beliefs. His left eye symbolized the moon, while his right represented the sun. Additionally, his wings were seen as the expanse of the sky, with the winds being attributed to their movement. The speckled feathers adorning Horus's breast were interpreted as the stars. Being associated with celestial elements, Horus was envisioned as a divine falcon rather than a human with a falcon's head. Hence, the hieroglyphic symbol for Horus is that of a falcon. His role as the sky god is evident in various titles attributed to him. One such title is Heru Merti, translating to Horus of Two Eyes, symbolizing the sun and moon. Another title, Herakti, means Horus of the Two Horizons, symbolizing the sunrise and sunset. Often, Horus is combined with Ra, another significant deity in Egyptian mythology, who is also depicted as a falcon-headed figure, but with a solar disk atop his head, representing his solar attributes. Additionally, other local gods, such as Sokar and Montu, worshipped at Memphis and Thebes respectively, were also depicted as falcons or falcon-headed beings. Even during the periods when Egypt fell under Greek and later Roman influence, the reverence for Horus persisted, showcasing his enduring popularity. Greek settlers in Egypt bestowed Greek names upon various manifestations of Horus. For instance, one form known as Harendotes, derived from the Egyptian term Har-Nej-Itef, translating to Horus, the savior of his father, references the myth of Osiris, where Horus seeks retribution for his father's murder by defeating his uncle Set. Another well-known Greek adaptation was Harpocrates, originating from the Egyptian term Heru-Pakered, meaning Horus the child. While this form of Horus predated Greek influence, it underwent Hellenization over time. Depicted as a young boy with a finger pressed against his lips, a gesture symbolizing childhood in ancient Egypt, Greeks interpreted this as a sign of silence, leading to the misconception that Harpocrates was the god of silence. Despite this misunderstanding, the worship of Harpocrates persisted even during the Roman era, underscoring his widespread popularity as a deity. One of the more unique Roman representations of Horus is housed in the Louvre Museum in Paris. Dating back to the 4th century AD, this sandstone artifact was originally part of a window. Similar to other Roman statues depicting Horus mentioned earlier, this one also depicts the god adorned in military attire. However, what sets it apart is the portrayal of Horus seated on a horse, a depiction not commonly found in ancient Egyptian art. Despite this departure from traditional Egyptian iconography, certain Egyptian elements are still evident in the artifact. For instance, Horus is depicted in profile, a characteristic frequently seen in ancient Egyptian paintings. Additionally, the scene depicted includes a crocodile being speared by the falcon-headed god, identified as Set. This scene symbolizes Horus's victory over Set in Egyptian mythology. Some scholars interpret this representation as a precursor to the later Christian imagery of Saint George slaying the dragon. Throughout ancient Egyptian history, the worship of Horus held immense significance. Horus, often depicted as a symbol of the victory of good over evil in various myths, remained a revered deity, even as Egypt faced conquest by foreign powers, such as the Greeks and Romans. The construction of the Temple of Edfu by the Ptolemaic rulers, for instance, underscores the Greeks' reverence for Horus, as it served as a major center for his cult. Additionally, the blending of Horus with Greco-Roman deities in later periods reflects the enduring importance and influence of Horus during these transitional times. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.